Number 430 in the indicator range is Patrick from 1978, directed by Richard Franklin. Now, we didn't deserve Richard Franklin. He was a great director who wasn't recognised as fantastic as he was. And for all the different people that have said this is the next Hitchcock throughout the years, we missed the next Hitchcock. That was Richard Franklin, and I enjoy pretty much all his movies. He is a tremendous filmmaker who really knows how to set up and sell a fantastic story. Patrick is another one of those incredulous plots that is somehow made terrifying and real in the hands of this formidable director. If you don't know, I really like Richard Franklin in just about every film he does, but I had never seen Patrick, a notable cult film from the late 70s that is just preposterous.
Well, aren't we a clever boy?
We have a young man who kills his mother, tries to kill himself, and puts himself into a vegetative state where he is non-responsive, unless he's spitting in people's faces, which seems to be just a natural response. And we kind of know early on that there is something odd about Patrick, and I will say this, there is a wonderful performance by Robert Thompson as Patrick, because, I mean, he has to do nothing, sit in a bed, keep his eyes open, which must be hard enough, but just give this performance of nothing, which is somehow terrifying at the same time.
Talk to me, Patrick.
But Patrick is psychically haunting people, particularly the nurse, Susan Penhaligon, who plays Kathy. She's a woman getting back into work after a long absence, after a breakup from her marriage, and she kind of looks after Patrick. She looks after him really well.
Can you feel that?
And Patrick kind of appreciates this, and you kind of have this psychic stalking going on. Anyone who tries to get close to Kathy finds themselves in some really sticky situations. Kathy realises that there is more going on with Patrick, that there is a consciousness there, an awareness to everything that's going around, and it becomes a kind of battle of stopping Patrick from doing his terrible deeds. But it's really well done. It has these wonderful moments where our character Patrick is just sitting in the bed staring, and somehow, even though this is the same as every other sequence he's in, it feels dangerous. It feels as if there's something wrong here. I think Katie is a terrific character. There is a lot going on in her life, and I really kind of like that. She's in the middle of a kind of love triangle between her husband, who she's divorcing. It's a doctor who she really kind of appreciates and maybe want to start an affair. It's just an interesting character at the heart of this horror story.
I'd like to discuss our divorce.
Divorce? I thought you said it was going to be a trial separation.
And when the spooky scenes happen, they are always kind of fun. They're always kind of hinted towards. It's never out and out said that Patrick is doing this, but it's pretty much alluded to throughout the film. And I find that the pacing of the film is probably the oddest choice, because it seems to dilly-dally at certain moments. It seems to rush towards other sequences. It feels as if it's not quite as refined as other Franklin films, but this is definitely a really solid calling card. A really early film in his filmography, and it's become a cult classic for a reason. And that reason is, it's really enjoyable. It's kind of silly and over the top, but the characters are great. The situation is unusual and different and unique. The scares are kind of fun. The relationship between Kathy and Patrick is unusual, but in a really great way. The conversations they have are really interesting. and for its failings within the pacing and its failings within some of the more one-note characters, it doesn't matter because the film overall really works. It's entertaining, and sometimes that's just what you need in these kind of films. So I really enjoyed Patrick. I picked up the 4K edition of this, and it did look tremendous. I had seen the clips of this before, and it always looked really terrible. But I'm happy to have checked this one out finally. I'd love to know your thoughts on Patrick, so let me know in the comment box below whether you loved it, hated it, fell somewhere in the middle. As always, there's more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon membership program and manfifilm.com. Always, if you could support me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.